Ben, I think you started up recording like a second behind us last week because I had to shift your whole track back a little bit.
Well, he is 3 hours ahead behind us. So then
it's so annoying. I have to move his track. At first, I had to move his track forward 3 hours. Hello and welcome to WayTooBroad, the show and tell program for grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hello, Hannah. Hello, Ben.
Hello, both of yous.
Hi, Ben.
I like the intro. So I feel like it's missing. You could really play. There was a lot of play with the really, really ridiculously excited about. Like that had a lot of energy.
It felt short.
It did feel short. It felt a little curt.
Yeah.
But not like, just because you didn't have a lot of play.
It's showing ups for growing ups.
Oh!
Rhyme it?
But that just sounds like we're like showing up for each other, which we are.
Yeah,
we
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. The show and tell program for adults that we're really, really ridiculously excited about. That's just too much.
No, but I like it's not just for any grown-ups. It's for grown-ups that get really, really ridiculously excited about things.
Yeah, that's true, because you can't have somebody like lukewarm about their obsession. Like, that's not how we do.
The show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups.
I like that imagery there. It's really nice. It's just like for enthusiastic adult people.
We could just say that.
Yeah.
The show and tell program for enthusiastic adult humans.
the enthusiastic adult human show and tell program.
Yeah.
Something.
I'll play around with it. We'll take suggestions. People have them.
So you first heard the intro, and then the intro, and then the intro to the intro.
And then the discussion, the post-intro discussion on the intro.
Yep.
We could, I did notice that our friend Eamon described it in a way that was a little bit different.
This leads nicely into a shout out while you're pulling that up.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give a shout out?
Yeah, I have a freaking shout out. Shout out to Eamon, who earlier in the month, after I announced my 30 days of songs project, tweeted at me that I should send him a song, because he's been one of the music projects that he's been doing has been to put really cool big instrumentation backing on an acoustic song. So I sent him vocal and guitar tracks for my song Harped On by a Harpist, and he made this really cool, he really took it and ran with it and did some really cool production on it and added some cool shit to it. And so that's on my website, earnburn.com, and then he wrote a cool blog post about it. So it's fucking great. Just a joy.
I can't stop listening to it.
It's so fun.
It is. That and End Times get stuck in my head all the time. Both of those get stuck in my head. All the
End Times. Maybe we should do some recording. Do you have any good harmonies for End Times?
I haven't thought about it, but
Think about it. Maybe that could be one of our songs that we do.
Yeah, big shout outs to Eamon Connolly. And listen, if you guys are all like, why do they keep talking about this person Eamon? Well, first of all, you should go check out his music, because it turns out he's been low-key a really great musical talent this whole time that we've been new friends. But also, if you, listener, engaged with us on Twitter every single week, we definitely would also be showing favoritism to you. So go ahead and do that too, and we'll give you lots and lots of love on the show, because we love when people talk with us and engage with us.
His website is aemyn.com, AEMYN.com, COM.
Yeah, he's actually got a new song up today that I really like about Lucretia from The Adventure Zone. No spoilers, though, because I think Ben's still in the middle of that.
Who the fuck is Lucretia?
All right, so we won't go into that. So this is the description that Eamon gave to our show. WayTooBroad, kind of like adult show and tell, but not adult show and tell, just regular show and tell, but for adults. Good fun between friends.
Good times. We do have that explicit warning on our podcast, though. Just, you know.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
like that
you know what I mean? I don't
know.
know. It's not off the table. It's just, hasn't happened yet. So, not ruling it out. It just hasn't happened. Okay.
Yeah. So we had a moment before we started recording that I wish we had caught on tape, which was when I got to be the one who revealed to both of my co-hosts that there was a new season of Great British Bake Off on Netflix.
I had heard it from my
Didn't seem like it.
From my parents. No, I didn't know about like Great British Bake Off the beginnings. Like, what's that?
Melon soup.
It's the first season. Yeah. It's the first season, but I'd seen it. I think it might have been on PBS before it was on Netflix.
So I haven't seen that. So yeah, you did. You got that on a technicality. I didn't know about that one. So there's 2 new seasons that I haven't watched.
Technicality right here. I didn't hear about any of it. I didn't hear about any of it.
Ben's, you're just fucking Christmas over here is what you are, Hannah.
Yeah.
You're fucking Christmas.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. I have an egregious correction.
Okay.
Just right at the top. The worst thing about it was I realized it before the episode even aired, but there's nothing I can do because I can't go back and unsay what I said. So I boldly claimed when I was waxing poetic about Patience and Sarah, which, by the way, I'm re-listening to the audiobook as I mentioned, and it's just gorgeous, okay? Just fucking listen to it. Just don't at me, okay? Except with, like, at Ernburn on Twitter. God, that was so good. Thank you for the recommendation. Please at me that. So I claimed that The Price of Salt, a book that I loved, took its name from Patience and Sarah. Patience and Sarah was written like a fucking decade after The Price of Salt was written. So that was wrong. That was something that I just like supposed in my head and then like stated as fact. That's not true. But there's this line in Patience and Sarah that says the price of salt something a pound. I feel like I haven't found this written anywhere. I feel like Patience and Sarah is given a shout out to the book The Price of Salt is what I think. So
I have a cue.
Yeah, what's up?
Who wrote The Price of Salt?
Patricia Highsmith. Hold on, I got this. Patricia Highsmith, first published under the pseudonym Claire Morgan. And I should also say Patience and Sarah was written, I said, by Isabel Miller. That's also a pseudonym for... Hold on.
That was going to be my next question, because I noticed that when I was Googling to put the information together for the episode.
Yeah, her pseudonym... That's a pseudonym. Where is it? Hello. Where are you? Okay.
Well, okay.
Alma Wrote Song is her actual name.
Wow.
And the pen name Isabel Miller is taken from... Miller is her, I guess, mother's maiden name. And Isabel is a anagram of lesbia. So, that's true. That is true.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and so Patience and Sarah is written under... And she actually wrote several more books under that pseudonym, which I guess means they're gay books, and I'm going to definitely track down and read. But, so Patience and Sarah was written in 1969. Price of Salt was written in 1952. So I do apologize for that fucking...
Nice.
presumption of a time warp. That was
It's
not
okay.
correct. Yeah, thanks.
It's okay. It's okay. I, on behalf of all the listeners, I'm here to tell you that it's okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Listen, we have to do drinks.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
We forgot to do drinks.
Have
so
I ever done this podcast program before?
Ben, what are you
I
drinking?
got a cup of ice water.
Shocking.
It's a nice blue cup. I like that cup.
Thank you.
Is it a plastic cup?
It is
No,
plastic.
wait.
Do you put it in the dishwasher?
Yes.
Does it at first taste like dishwasher detergent when you go to drink out of it?
No.
Okay, cool. That's an end of Q&A.
Riveting. Okay, I am drinking Gosh, I don't know what I'm drinking. It's very lemony.
You're taking the "What are you drinking?" segment too literally. What am I drinking? I don't know what I'm drinking. What is that?
It's very lemony. It looks like it's like the color of Mountain Dew, but tastes
cloudy.
Like straight up. Yeah, it is cloudy, and it tastes like lemon juice.
Have you seen Mountain Dew recently? Mountain Dew is not that color.
Yeah.
That is too natural of a color for Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew is neon green.
Maybe I'm thinking of Fresca. It's kind of the color of Fresca.
Fresca's like
Fresca's
white.
Also not that color. Yeah, Fresca's like white.
Listen, I don't drink a lot of sodas, all right?
Hannah doesn't know what things look like in general.
But
that's
it's
a nice looking drink.
Orange and lemon juice, maybe, and something else.
How many lemons, how many oranges is that the juice of?
I don't know. I haven't been given that information. But
It's something else the same as other stuff. Are those synonymous?
Maybe. I have a correction, though, for my drink from last week. Do you remember I had said that I didn't know how the juice of 2 apples had been acquired?
Yes, you did say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
Even though we had a juicer, I was suspicious of whether or not it had been used. And I was right. He actually extracted the juice of 2 apples with a microplane and a sieve.
What's a microplane?
It's like
What's
a little
sieve?
Excuse you? It's like a microplane is like a really fine grater, but it's like
flat,
thin.
little,
flat and thin,
long.
Yeah.
You might see it at a bar. They'll use it for nutmegs or lime zest or that sort of thing.
Let me just text my husband and ask him what I'm drinking.
Why don't you just yell it at him?
I just felt really uncomfortable with that phrasing of like he extracted it. I don't know why.
That's just what happened. I don't know. I don't know how else I could say it.
That's just that's my stuff to work through, not yours.
Erin, what are you? Oh wait, I also have a seltzer. It's mango limeade. It's yum.
Nice. That sounds good. Mango limeade. Would you're driving down, just throw some of those nice seltzer flavors in your car.
Do you not have like special polar flavors down there?
No, not like that. I mean, my parents sometimes buy them in the liter bottles. They'll have fun flavors like mojito or like blueberry, like the kind that your parents had at their house when we went over or whatever. What am I drinking? I'm drinking a modified version of the Ben Brown Special. Ice water? Yeah, but it's a full cup of ice water. That's why it's modified. Completely full cup of ice water. I got home. We were supposed to record at 9. I got home. I pushed us to 9:30. I got home at 9:27. Oh wow! And just grabbed a cup of ice water on my way up, and
you still
no nonsense.
And you still got in the call before Hannah.
I sure fucking did. That's right.
I was watching the end of a good episode of Bake Off.
Yeah, I won't begrudge you that. I really won't.
Oh wait, I have some incoming information here. Okay, it is seltzer, 2 mandarins, the juice of 2 mandarins, and the juice of 1 lemon.
That sounds really good.
It's really good. It's very like citrusy and delicious.
Wow.
I have one more thing I wanted to tell you about. It's a brand new terminology and hot off the presses.
Wow.
You guys observed when I had to leave here to replace our podcast candle that when I came back I was laughing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Okay. Our listeners didn't get to observe this, so I just wanted to catch them up. Okay. What had happened was I took the empty candle and left. And I said to Ian the moment I came out the door with no context, Ian, do you have new candle? And then I just held it. He started immediately making vicious fun of me and chasing the cat around, asking him if he had a new candle. Well, I went and located my own new candle. That's what I was laughing about.
Do you have new candle? Looks like we've got a couple emails as well.
We do have a couple emails. Are you up in there? Do you want to read one of them? Okay.
Yeah, I'll get one. Dungeons and Dragons. This is from loyal listener Aunt Brown.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. That's funny because 2 of us are not guys. JK. Okay. So listening to you guys, there it is again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be roasting her. I'm so sorry, I'm Brown. Thank you for the email. So listening to you guys and gals discuss D&D made me want to ask a few questions and share a few thoughts. D&D was introed in 1974 when Dad and I were teens. I suppose she means Uncle Brown there. Mm-hmm. It was considered the height of nerdiness, and I confess I was complete snob about it and the weirdos who played it. I suspect your dad's attitudes were similar, but as I listened to you guys this week, I really wondered about whether your father might really have enjoyed it. His love of acting and improv signaled to me that a game with this much devotion to character backstory might truly intrigue him, though I doubt he could overcome his lifelong bias at this point, even though he loves assuming and building characters. As I listened, I was wondering about the relationship to improv. Have any of you ever participated in improv exercises? Do you guys see similarities? And gals, there you tend to build a character on the spot, but depending on what you are doing, you can inhabit the character for quite a while. So just musing as I do sometimes. You can read or not on pod. Whoops. I'm good either way. Love, Aunt Brown.
No, I had intended to read it because I have comments on this.
Okay.
I think D&D was considered the height of nerdiness until pretty recently. I feel like it's only had a renaissance like in the last I don't know, decade or so.
I think for most people it still is. It's just people care less about being considered nerdy. It's less D&D and more nerdiness in general.
And nerd stuff is like in vogue as well.
Also, yes, I see a direct connection to improv. I almost talked about improv when we were talking with you about it last week, Erin, because one of my favorite podcasts, which I've talked about on here, which is a role-playing podcast, is Neo Scum, and they're all improvisers, and I think it makes a great fit with Dungeons and Dragons, because having that yes and mentality is very helpful.
In Critical Role, one of the guys in it, and maybe others, but I know for sure that Sam, who's the one who plays Not, one of his first forays into acting as an adult was doing improv at UC when the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater was very early on, right after its founding in New York City. He was doing a lot of improv there, and the Critical Role's YouTube channel has these really long interviews with all of the people in it, called Between the Sheets. And during he talks about how doing Critical Role kind of scratches that improv itch for him, because it essentially is a long form weekly improv show. So yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of connections between the two. Same kind of energy.
Erin, have you done improv? Improv classes and stuff?
I haven't, no.
Just stand-up classes?
Just stand-up. Just a single stand-up class.
Just stand-up class?
Just stand-up class.
Okay. Oh, gosh. All right. I super inhaled my own spit there for a second.
Super inhaled it.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for the email, Aunt Brown.
Thanks, Ma.
Can I... Or does anyone have anything else they want to say about it?
Were you an auctioneer?
Well, I just wanted to pivot the subject a little bit, which is to tell you one of the favorite jokes I had ever heard.
Okay. Which
was my big brother and my little brother and me and some other people were in a car, and my big brother tells us, "I'm starting to take improv classes," and Dominic, my little brother, says, "Yes, and?" And I thought that was so fucking funny. I still think about that fucking joke. He's just without missing a beat, he was like, "Yes, and?" Fucking shout out.
How old was he?
This was just a couple years ago. So
you got a little Canadian at the end there.
Yeah, I did. I noticed that.
Just a couple of years ago.
Well, It was just a couple of years ago. I lost it. See?
That was Scottish?
I don't know. What was it? I don't know.
Okay, all right. So then I'd love to describe to our listeners the other email because it's pretty hilarious.
Describe it, not read it.
I'm glad you're tackling this one.
This is also from Aunt Brown. It came in 7 hours ago. The email just says, "Is there a future for scooters?" And then it says Scooter Wars, and then there's a link. Okay, so I was like, okay, let me click this link. So I clicked on it. It's I'm actually just gonna send you guys the link.
While you're doing that, I have exciting scooter news. Today,
what?
I was on campus walking back to my car, and I saw a Lime scooter on the sidewalk.
Fuck!
And I was like, oh shit. Do we have these now? I have to look more into this, because if we do, that's so fucking exciting, because they'd be so fun to ride on my campus. That's very fucking
exciting. That is a fun fucking update.
What the fuck?
Alright, so I sent you guys the link. When you click the link in the email, it goes to Google, and it goes to the Google search results for Follow This Scooter Wars. And I believe what Mom was trying to share with us was that there's an episode of Follow This, which is a new series on Netflix, that includes a thing about something called Scooter Wars. I don't know what it is. We probably should have watched it. I didn't. But that's hilarious. Also, I just want to real quick run you guys through the Google auto reply options for this email.
Okay.
Just as a reminder, the question is there a future for scooters? Here are the options to respond if I don't have a keyboard. Yes, they do. I don't think so, or not that I know of.
Let's just auto reply not that I know of.
Okay.
She can figure out why she got that email from us.
All right.
When she listens to pod.
I just did it.
Not that. Is there a future for scooters? Not that I know.
So anyway, that thing that she sent is probably interesting. I'm sure that we'll watch it at some point. One of us will.
I'm not sure. Mom. But thank you, Aunt Brown.
Thank you, Aunt Brown.
I'm pretty sure it's not interesting. Also, no thank you, Aunt Brown.
I'm not sure that I'll listen to it, but I appreciate, the thought.
Okay. I think that is what I have for upfront stuff then.
That's awesome.
How about you guys? We ready to jump in?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just getting some texts right now that I find very upsetting. Oh. I will not share them, but it's basically somebody close to me dumping on Great British Bake Off, and I just don't feel like I can let this go.
What? Who? What?
This is slander. Okay, it's fine.
This is not. Is this the same friend who watched it completely wrong?
Watched, quote unquote. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Look, I can't look at my phone. I'm putting it on Do Not Disturb.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is.
Controversy mid-pod.
Oh my goodness! I don't know how to navigate this. This is a friendship hurdle I've not anticipated. We've gone through the ringer. I feel like, but I don't know how to navigate this speed bump in the road of our friendship. Okay.
But you guys really, really need to watch it because there are so many things I need to talk about.
What do you mean you need to watch it? Who are you talking to? Who the fuck are you talking to? Like, we're gonna not watch it. Who the fuck are you talking to? We just found out about it. Do you want to extinguish the podcast candle now and we can just, get to it?
No.
You're in charge of when this program ends. You are. You have the podcast candle. This is your fault. As long as there is a flame on that wick, we are here recording this podcast.
Do you have new candle?
I'm imagining you saying that as the door is bursting open with a frenzy in your eyes with the empty candle extended towards him. Do you have new candle? He's just living his life, and then suddenly the door bursts open, and you with a wild gleam in your eye. Demand the answer to a question that cannot be answered.
Is there a future for scooters?
Not that I know of.
That's a great answer to anything
that
you don't want to talk
Not
about.
that I know of. Yeah.
Not that I know of.
All right. Let's pop in.
Have I talked about... I'm not ready to pop in yet. Have I talked about my, the softest no I've ever discovered?
No.
It's like, hey, do you want to go to dinner tonight? I would if I did. I think we've talked about it. Don't you feel like I just said yes to you?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I would if I did.
I feel like... yes, it feels like you have other plans or something. I feel yeah. It's good.
What if I did?
It's good.
Oh, man, I would if I
It's like
did.
the softest no I've ever heard in my whole life. But it's like a certain no. But it's like just real. It like takes you a second to be like, oh, they just said no to me.
Do
you want to come with me on Saturday? What if I did?
But you can be gone by the time they figure it out. It's like a delayed release no.
Yeah, you're like walking by them like lunch Thursday. What if I did?
That's great. Mm-hmm. I don't think you've talked about that.
Yeah, I would if I did. So
you probably used it on me before.
What if I had?
Yeah. It's good. It's very good. Yeah. Are you ready to pop in now?
Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay.
I would be if I were.
All right then. It's Baby Ben.
Ben.
Baby Ben's up first.
It's Ben.
All right.
Do you have new candle?
I don't have new candle. I don't have new obsession. Cause listen.
Tell us.
Well, okay. So we are recording this pod, 4 days after we recorded the last one?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday. And I have a big midterm tomorrow. And another homework due tomorrow at the same time for a different class. So I've been doing a lot of stuff that's nothing but schoolwork and studying.
What are your classes? Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the class
just recite the things you need for your midterm tomorrow.
Yeah, just take this as a little study session.
I mean, I guess
hold up your flashcards.
I guess my obsession has been semiconductor physics in that sense.
You're just scrabbles on a little sheet of paper right there.
That's my handwriting. I'm sorry.
Can I have a question? At the bottom there's a little equation with a line crossed through it. Is that part of the equation, or did you cross it out?
No, I crossed it out and then wrote it on the back.
Wouldn't that be a fucking trip if you're like, no, that's like part of the notation. It's like you do it all, then you put a line through it, and that means not this equation. Do this, and then not that.
I don't know, I guess I could talk about
grad school.
Yeah, I mean, there was something that happened last week in terms of grad school that was kind of exciting for me. I don't really know how to talk about it. It basically
in a way that we'll understand. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Is that offensive? I mean,
no, it's not. It's understandable. Try it.
So far, we're understanding perfectly.
Basically, the professor, my PhD advisor, and the reason I went to UCI was to work with her because I really liked when I had a Skype call with her and we talked about stuff, because her whole focus is on trying to get her students to make big steps in the field in terms of advancing the theory rather than advancing specific applications, and making slight improvements on power electronic converters. And I kind of came up with it. God, this is so hard to talk about, and I feel so boring for anyone but me. There are 3 different kinds, classes of converters out there that, and within the field, there's if you look at the literature, you can kind of see that everyone's in the process of kind of converging them into a like converging elements of all of them into a converter to try and get like the best features of all of them into one. But no one has really come up with a unifying theory to like assist in the design of that kind of converter that converges all three. And that's really what like for the past few years my professor has been trying to get her students to like work towards. And I came up with and the way she always puts it is like, that's a really, really hard thing to do. But the way she puts it like is you kind of have to read a bunch about all of them, and while you're reading, like, keep your eye out for common threads between all of them, some kind of commonality that you can latch onto, and then like pull that thread and see what happens. And I think I found like the first small thread that I can start pulling, which is really cool. It's like kind of a small thing, but it's like, and I talked with her about it when we met last week, because I like it just like, it was something one of my group members said during our group meeting last week, and I was like, maybe you could think of all of them like that, kind of like that was just like, it just like popped in my head, and then I had a class for like an hour and a half, and I was thinking about it the whole time, and then I met with her right after class, and I told her like the initial thought I had, and she thought it seemed like a good starting point, at least, for kind of thinking of them like this.
Wow.
So that's exciting for me.
That's exciting. You're like the fanciest out of all of us.
Dad's always telling him to solve power, and it sounds like he's actually...
You've done it!
Yeah.
I'm doing my best.
Before, when you were having trouble describing it to us, I was going to suggest that you use an analogy and try to like use a podcast candle analogy to like talk about things that we might understand. So the whole time I was trying to think of like a podcast candle analogy for you.
I just tried to keep it very general because it's I think that like that part of it, and like obviously everyone can understand. If I started to talk about like the specifics of the converters and what my idea was, it wouldn't really make sense, I don't think, to anyone who doesn't have the background.
Yeah.
But what's the like what's the reason everyone's trying to combine them? It's to like get like the most efficient clean power converter possible, or whatever?
It's to combine, like they all have advantages and disadvantages. And you can, for a long time, people have sort of been combining them, what's the word I'm looking for? Not piecewise, pairwise, the three.
Okay.
And that's like a pretty well established part of the field. Is like, I was about to talk about an example. Huh?
Pairwise?
Yeah.
That's a
like combining 2 and 2 and 2 of the three.
They haven't been combining all three.
Pennywise.
Yeah, Pennywise.
They've
been combining them Pennywise to get the advantages of 2 of them. But you can, like, if you could combine all 3, you could theoretically get the advantages of all 3 and
Triwise.
Theoretically.
Some of them have advantages that sort of cancel out the disadvantage of others.
Right.
And so you would, like, have more advantages, increase your efficiency, all that good stuff. I had another thought, but it's whoosh gone.
Ooh, we've
whoosh.
distracted it out of you.
Grad. Ben, your obsession is grad school.
Yes.
Energy.
Grad school energy.
Yeah. Big grad school energy.
They need to combine them because everything that rises must converge, Hannah. It's one of the laws of physics. So
right. Heat rises. That's why it's hotter upstairs.
That's true.
That's why Ben drinks so much ice water.
Because I'm recording on upstairs.
And he's conducting a lot of heat.
Conductorating a lot of heat.
Not to downplay or trivialize your achievement. That sounds great.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Great job, Ben.
What are your tests in tomorrow?
Advanced semiconductor devices.
Wow. Sounds fake.
And this exam is particularly... This is my third exam in 3 weeks. It's particularly stressful for me because I don't really... Like, electrical engineering programs are different at every school, and some of them are a lot more, like, semiconductor and device physics oriented. And mine wasn't at BU. And this class sort of expects that... basically expects prereqs that I don't have. So I've had to do a lot more studying because the concepts aren't as, like, readily available for me.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm feeling okay about... The exam's, like, open book and open notes, which is nice.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I just have to consolidate. That's what this sheet is. I'm trying to consolidate everything I need into 1 or 2 pages. Because right now I have, like, 30 pages of notes.
Nothing has changed about you, Ben.
What do you mean?
You just prepare so well for school stuff.
He's been the same all his life.
Yeah. For real, though, his whole life. Like, Ben used to panic about a project a week or 2 before it was due, the way that I would panic about it the day before it was due, and then stay up all night doing it.
Ben's
Like, has never been in that situation.
I just don't understand that. You're a good egg, Ben.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
All right, should I go now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go now.
Okay. Welcome to me now.
Welcome to you now.
My obsession is my super talented husband and his new business venture.
Yes. What is the name of this business venture?
The name is Professor Lumberjack.
Yes.
The tagline is neither a professor nor a lumberjack.
Yes.
and he's got... So we actually started making an Etsy for... So, okay, let me step back. Ian has been, for the last few months, renting a quote-unquote studio space, which is half of my parents' garage, where he's been working on restoring furniture and, like, crafting stuff and sort of collecting cool, like, antique items and just sort of, like, building an aesthetic. But I started to notice after a few months that stuff would go into the garage, but it wouldn't necessarily leave the garage. And he had like so many great pieces, but he was like he would take pictures of the like before and after, and then he would just like text them to me. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is really great. Like, the first thing that I posted on my social media was this side table that he redid, which is in our house now, a before and after of that, and people went crazy for it. Like, he got one commission from one of our friends just from that picture.
Wow.
And now that like could potentially roll into additional commissions from family members, because he restored a piece that used to be in like our friend's mom's house, and so she was really impressed with it, and she has like this other stuff she might want him to look at. He's really, really, really good at restoring wood furniture. He's like got the patience of a saint. It's like ridiculous. Like, I tried to restore one chair one time and I gave up after like the first spindle of sanding. I was just like, this is not for me. But he's like really good at it, and loves to research like different techniques and stuff. Like, the stuff that he comes out with is beautiful, and it's not just like, you know, let me take this and sand it and slap a layer of paint on it, like fresh looking. It's like he really can like bring life back into wood that is just like dull. So I've been sort of trying to like push him out into the spotlight a little bit more. So we started to make an Etsy. He managed to stall me for a couple of like an entire weekend on the name thing, and we couldn't come up with a name. And he had this whole time, he had Professor Lumberjack in the back of his head, and he never even said it to me because he didn't want the Etsy to go live. So he was like...
Self-sabotage.
Yeah. So at the end of the weekend, or at like maybe even a couple days after you left, Erin, he was like... Or no, we had it when you came to visit, right?
Yeah,
But he mentioned it to me probably like a day or two before that, because that was a nickname that I had for him when we first started dating, because he would like wear like flannel and then also like sweaters with like the elbow patches like a professor. So I called him Professor Lumberjack. And so today... as of today, the Etsy is still not live. That today, Tuesday. We'll see.
I know it because I fucking looked for it just now.
I'm sorry. He's got one item set up ready to go. He needs to take photos of some other items. I'm gonna keep pushing on him to do it. It's really hard, you guys. It's like fucking like pushing a rock uphill, but I'm trying my best. Today, my newest strategy, which I just did tonight, is that I got him at Professor Lumberjack on Twitter and Instagram.
Awesome. Yes.
So if you go on Twitter and Instagram, follow it's Prof Lumberjack on Twitter, because Professor Lumberjack was too long, and Professor Lumberjack on Instagram. Please follow him. I've got some pictures of his first work up there. I'm going to add a couple more after I get done here, but whether he likes it or not. And then we're going to try to I'm going to probably go through his phone and his pictures and see if I can make some more before and after photos to put up on the Instagram. Because he doesn't believe that his work is good, and I need to show him that it is good. So actually, if anybody listening to this would like to go and visit Professor Lumberjack on Instagram and Twitter, please feel free to do so and to like have a look at the work that he's done. And I'll try to get some more stuff up by the time that this goes live.
This is a great picture on this Instagram, and there's also, it looks like he does have many new candle. There's two new candle in this picture. So I don't really feel like it was out of character for you to like run and ask him specifically to see if he has new candle, because it looks like Professor Lumberjack is flush with new candle.
You're so right. You're so right. I took that picture, actually.
It's nice.
But yeah, this was another. So that's the side table that's in our house now. Because
it glows. It glows.
I've
seen it in person.
Yes, it does glow. It's so beautiful. So that's my obsession. Everybody go follow Professor Lumberjack, and I'll try to get up a few more like restoration photos and stuff by the time that you hear this, by the time this is going into your ear holes.
Oh, I think I was the first follower.
Oh, I should have been. Oh, well.
Yeah. Ha! The one follower, and it's me.
Damn. I'll follow him on our WayTooBroad also, so that you can look at who we follow to figure out where he is. And that'll be helpful for people. But yeah, he's just good at stuff, and I just want him to know that. So I'm announcing it to the world. He's very good at stuff. Especially restoring
Congratulations.
Things. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's nice.
fucking sell his stuff whether he likes it or not. But in a supportive way, you know.
Yep.
Not like where'd my stuff go? Yeah.
With his consent.
Yeah. Exactly. So
I'm selling all of Ian's things on Etsy. Not the stuff he makes, just his things.
The shop's called My Husband's Stuff.
Professor Lumberjack's stuff.
Yeah. So that's it.
Nice. Well, great work, Ian. That side table is really beautiful. I really did see it in person, and it really does glow. It's pretty amazing.
It really does glow.
Looks like it's shining with a light from within, sort of thing.
It really does. He did a great job. He's really good at stuff.
Yeah. Good at wood restoration.
Yeah.
Good at husband.
Good at husband.
Good at professor. Good at lumberjack.
Exactly. Good at candle. New candle. Erin, it's welcome to you now, Erin.
Hey, everybody. Well, I thought I didn't have one, and I realized I totally do. So I have been really wrapped up in my music project, which has been so fun and good. That's been mostly what my focus has been on. You guys have been like writing new stuff. It's been so good. I've really been enjoying this project.
Yeah.
It's been so great. Just like finishing shit, writing new stuff, just like that I really like.
Seems like it was a really good, smart project.
And I've also been listening to my same audiobook. What'd you say?
I said it seems like it was a really good, smart project.
Yeah, it was a really good, smart project. Hashtag RGSP. So anywho, really good, smart project. I've been listening to the same audiobook. So that's been, but I've been obsessed with Thanksgiving!
Yeah!
Thanksgiving!
Wow. So this will release Sunday. Monday, I'll fucking see Shout outs to Lucas. Shout outs to Aunt Brown. Shout outs to Uncle Brown. Shout outs to Hannah. Shout outs to Ian. I'll see all those fine folks, and maybe even some more family that I don't know about yet. Well, I'll know about them. I know who they are.
Right.
Yeah. We won't be meeting any long lost cousins. Hashtag Annie.
Who's Annie?
Deep cut. Who's Annie? Nice, Ben. Nice. I thought you were confused, but you were going for an even deeper cut.
Right.
Shit.
We cutting deep.
Oh shit. You can catch that episode. You can catch that reference 2 episodes ago, I think, probably.
Episode 51?
Episode 51.
Not 50, no.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's way too late.
8, I think.
Early.
Anyway, so I'm just excited. Here's what's going to go down. Have our lots of family in town. Everybody's great. Hannah and Ian, at least, and Ben are staying at my house. And we're going to have a fucking great time. And Molly and I just got a new bed, so there's going to be legit beds for folks.
Sweet. Are we going to be in that sweet guest room again?
Yeah.
But there's internet there now?
Oh, yeah, there's internet there. And
shit.
Full amenities. There's a treadmill. That's another thing I think about all the time. There are little jokes that I hold in my heart and reflect on when I'm blue. And one of them is you noting that you're like, Ian used the treadmill this morning, and I was like, oh cool, and you're like, yeah, he has been enjoying the amenities of the room. That's just where we keep it, but I like that. I like thinking about it as an amenity, so it's just the place where we keep our treadmill. But yeah. So I've just been thinking about all of the house prep to do and all of the food to buy and to make our house cozy and comfortable for everybody. And we're gonna host Thanksgiving Eve dinner.
Nice.
And that was really fun last year. So yeah, just feeling excited to see everybody and spend time. I think we're gonna try to do a mead tasting.
Nice.
This trip, and certainly go to the cider bar this trip and all that jazz. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah, just been really excited about that.
I'm super excited. This is actually, I think, the longest vacation that I've taken since I started this new job, and I'm very excited for it.
Nice.
For many reasons, but yeah, I mean, just for anybody who hasn't listened that far back into the backlog or wasn't listening this time last year, maybe we should just mention in general that Thanksgiving is a favorite Brown family holiday for us, for our Brown family. Yep. Not every Brown family, but we have a long history of getting as much of the family together as can make it every year for almost our whole lives. And so it's some people, they don't, Thanksgiving is just it's a couple days off, or it's a nice long weekend and you plan something with your friends or whatever. But for us, it's one of the bigger holidays of the whole year.
It's basically a little family reunion every year.
Yeah.
And it has lasting legacies. That's how come we're so close with each other. That's also why Ben's afraid of clowns, because we told ghost stories at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving has consequences.
Yeah, it's true. But so, we just all get together and delight in each other's company and
drink.
So
lots of wine.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, Beaujolais Nouveau gets released Thursday.
Ooh.
So we're going over to my folks' house on Friday to start drinking some, and so look forward to that.
Yeah, we're leaving on Saturday, and we're stopping in New York City on our way down. So that's where we're going to pick up Mom, but we're also going to go. This was funny. So last weekend, my parents, my dad texted me, and he was like, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do in New York on the way down. Do you guys want to come over for dinner, and we'll figure it out? And I was like, that might be a little bit tough this weekend, but we could totally get on the phone. And he's like, we really would prefer if you guys come over. So I was like, okay, we can probably do blah, blah, blah. So we figured it out. So we came over, and I realized after a while that the reason that they wanted us there was because they could not for the life of them come to an agreement on what to do, and they were completely stuck, and they needed like Ian and me there to be like the rational arbiters of the situation.
Like mediate are they having an argument?
Yeah, or be tiebreakers or whatever. Yes. And then also like I have a suspicion, and I this is a part of my personality that I don't often like to emphasize, I guess, but I'm not someone who can like really tell me if this sounds familiar to you, or this sounds true to you guys. I can't really stand for like long periods of indecision to kind of stand.
Yeah.
So
no, that's so true about you. That's so true about you.
So it's like I want to be easygoing.
Or like any conflict, or like any conflict. You don't like that shit hovering around.
That's true. That's the positive aspect of it. I feel sometimes like I end up being pushy just because like I'm the most willing to make the decision in the whole room. But then other times, like this particular time with my parents, I feel like that was sort of what they were looking for. Like I feel like they were kind of relieved when I was like, well, let's just go to this part of town, and then we can either go to the zoo if it's nice out, or we can go to the museum if it's not. And everybody was like, okay, let's do that. And that was like the end of it.
What were the issues on the table? That some people wanted to do the zoo, some people wanted to do the museum.
They wanted to go to different parts of the city, but like we're staying, just over the bridge in New Jersey, and so we weren't sure how that would work out. And like,
did Dad want to go to Brooklyn? I feel like Dad would want to go to Brooklyn.
One of them wanted to go to Brooklyn. One of them wanted to go to kind of like Washington Heights. One of them, but one of the same ones, because there was only two, also wanted to go to Manhattan.
Well, that's in Washington Heights. I mean, Washington Heights is in Manhattan.
Dad wanted to go somewhere like very near Central Park in Manhattan, and Mom was like, I've been in Manhattan so much, I don't want to be there. And I was like, there's a lot of cool stuff in Manhattan. And then it was just like, also Manhattan's right next to where we're staying, and so it's just like a whole thing. So eventually
you just brought peace. You brought peace.
You brought peas.
I brought peas to a gunfight.
You came over for dinner and brought peas.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, like sometimes it happens to me at work too. Like people will be like, well, like, Hannah, what do you think? And then I'm like, well, what does the group think? And then sometimes that doesn't work, or the group disagrees, and then I'm just like, let's do this.
Hannah, good compromise, Brown.
Yeah.
Bukowski. I'm sorry, I gave all your last names. Hannah, good compromise, B. Word. That's worse. God damn it.
That's all right.
I tried.
It's okay. Yeah, so that's exciting.
Awesome.
We're really
Can you
gonna
tell
do
it's a
it.
weekday? We're yawning like 5 times.
Oh my
a
god,
minute.
it's fucking Tuesday. I'm so tired.
It's so Tuesday, yeah.
So long to go before you sleep. That's actually you, Ben. I'm feeling like study tired for Ben, and when I'm having like sympathy, like sorrow, study sorrow.
I want to thank my co-hosts for making tonight work, because this will give me the ability to edit and schedule the upload before I leave town, which will be better.
Speaking of which, listeners, we're going to be all together next week, but we don't know what the future holds for us. So I feel like next Sunday's podcast is a little up in the air. Maybe we'll try to do a little something. Mm-hmm. At least a little something, maybe an entire something. But judging on how it went last year, maybe hit or miss. So just to throw that out there.
We'll definitely put up something. It might be a shorty, or it might be just like an announcement that we'll be back next week, or it might not, just depending on, how much time we can find in the week.
My experience from last year was like, oh, it's great, we're going to be all together, we're going to want to record all the time, and then we were together and we were like wanting to do like a million other things and not really record. Like we wanted to just
Dominion.
In Dominion. Oh, I've got so many expansion packs, you guys, that's on.
Oh my god, I'm pumped. I'm so pumped.
And we can help you make your character.
Can we delete?
Can you?
Well, we can help you somewhat, but you should also, it's fun to like learn about each other in game. So You should keep definitely parts of your backstory secret.
Things.
Yeah,
but you can help me with all of the details
yeah.
About, that would be awesome. That would be so fun.
Yay! Great. And we're gonna be singing together, and we're gonna be having meals with family. So it just, we don't want to cause any undue stress to anybody by recording.
Yeah, exactly. So you get what you get, okay?
And you don't get
if you
upset.
aren't happy, make your own fucking podcast. Is what I have to say to you. If you don't like it, then listen to something else, okay?
Oh, well, I don't know if we want to say that.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I think I speak for all of
us.
Yeah,
nope, yep, I agree.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off if you fuck it, fuck you.
You know what? If you don't like that, then your ears are welcome elsewhere.
What if I did?
What if I did? You know what? We would have recorded this next week. We'll record next week if we want. No. We will if we do.
We will if we do. Yeah.
We will if we do.
Folks, I would say send us voicemails if you want to ensure that we'll have an episode next week. Because I can cobble together a bunch of voicemails in my fucking sleep. No problem. Lickety split.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys do it this week.
Lickety frickety split.
Lickety frickety split. That's a fucking t-shirt. Hang on. Okay. Okay, homework? Ben, what's your
literal homework?
Fucking, what's my I don't know.
Could you get a little farther from the microphone?
I don't know my homework. You could read about power electronics if you want. That's boring.
Read about power electronics, okay.
I don't know. Go to grad school? Is that good?
That's perfect. That's so good. How about they visit you at your grad school?
Yeah, come to Irvine.
There's might be scooters. There's been a scooter site.
Yeah, I will keep us updated every week on
about the future of scooters.
Yeah, take a picture next time so we can post it to
Keep
Twitter.
us updated on the future for scooters.
Scooters.
We need to come up. I'm envisioning this whole thing. We need to come up with a hashtag. Every time you see a scooter on Irvine's campus, I want a picture. I want GPS coordinates. I want scooter watch 2018. Irvine scooter watch 2018. There's the hashtag. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Also, I guess I'll just re-up my homework of watching Critical Role because it's really good, and I'm really excited to play D&D.
Me too.
My Twitter is nicely proved Ben. A lot of great Como pics. He's been helping me study by sitting on my computer.
Nice.
And that's it.
Okay, my homework is go follow Professor Lumberjack on Instagram, Prof Lumberjack on Twitter, and search. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't think he wants to put the Etsy up before Thanksgiving, but if you follow those accounts, there will be a link and an announcement posted as soon as the Etsy goes live. And I'll try to get some photos up so you can see my husband's awesome work, Professor Lumberjack's awesome work. And do your passions, do your crafts or whatever, which I think is something we've all sort of been really immersing ourselves in the last few years. Maybe that's what your 30s is about. Just deciding to do the thing.
I'm 23.
Giving up on the illusion of perfection.
Yeah. But
if you're not Beyonce, it's not going to be perfect.
Right. And nobody is Beyonce. Not even Beyonce's Beyonce.
She is.
Bobody's Beyonce.
I like that.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Can we I want the picture of that boba.
Is there like a picture of Beyonce like shrugging like this? Somewhere like
no, it's like some blobby creature. It was like not Beyonce. Boba's Beyonce.
Oh my god! I think I'm gonna have to figure out how to make GIFs for this episode.
Yeah.
Who else? Erin, what's your homework?
Who else is in this podcast? Let's see. Which one of these bears? Okay. Beyonce. Hello. My homework is to have Thanksgiving with those that you love. Okay. That's all. My Twitter's at EarnBurn. I review lesbian movies at LesbianMovieReviews. Oh man, I've been posting so much. I got an audiobook post up. I got freaking another movie. Okay. I'm in the middle of a song project. By the time this graces your ears, I will be over halfway through my hashtag 30 days of songs.
Mm-hmm. You'll be at day 18.
Yeah. Assuming they're listening right when it comes out, which I do assume.
Yeah.
I've got some really good ones. I've been saving some really good ones. I've got a brand new song I just finished. I've got at least 2 brand new songs. I've got a song that's not brand new, but that's never, ever, ever been released, never played for any single other human except one human for whom it's named. That's coming out later this month, which is going to be very cool, very personal song. Yeah, so got a lot of great stuff. So you can find that at earnburn.com. You can find everything else that you might need in your whole life at earnben.com. That's ERNBEN.com. www.ernben.com. Yeah, that's it.
I forgot to plug my Twitter, which is at Hanthropology, and my other podcast, which is So Dreamy. It's a podcast about dreams and sleep disturbances and stuff. The one I clapped about last week, I think will be up on the 18th also. So the day that this comes out, we should also be getting a new Dream Tweet Stories episode. I think definitely a new episode, possibly a new Dream Tweet Stories episode, which if you want to know what that is, listen to the plugs from last week or just listen to all of it. I
don't know how many times we need to tell you. Let's just listen.
Just listen to all of it. So, but if you want to reach us on the pod, if you want to be part of the show next week or potentially the whole show next week, call us. Leave us a voicemail at 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
That's 3-minute max on voicemails. We will not answer the phone. I don't think it even rings anymore. It just goes straight to voicemail. So leave us a message. Tell us your opinions on any dang thing that we talked about. Tell us what your Thanksgiving traditions are in your family. Tell us anything. That would be great, actually, because it'll come out, right after Thanksgiving. So call us on Thanksgiving. Tell us how it's going,
Call us if you're... Or maybe you're not having a great Thanksgiving because some people have like tricky families and families who don't accept who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Pop out of the room, give us a call, being like, yo, I'm having a bad Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Don't air this. And then we'll be like, we won't.
Yeah.
But we're thinking of you.
Yeah. Or if you have something to say and you want to get out of the room, you can always use this as an excuse to leave and be like, oh, I'm getting a call. And then you can call us and talk to our voicemail.
If something hilarious happens, if somebody tells a hilarious joke, call us. Tell us your funny Thanksgiving anecdotes. That'd be so awesome to have like a little collection of funny things.
That actually would be amazing. Totally do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and you know how you're always like, oh man, I feel like something funny happened to me, but I don't remember, or like I feel like somebody told a funny joke and I can't think of it.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a great way to have it forever.
Mm-hmm.
We would put it into a nice little collage, and you could revisit it at any time.
I love that. I like that.
And I don't really give a fuck if I'm just the only one who likes that.
Okay. On Twitter, if you need that phone number, again, it's 774-326-0420. Blaze it. And you can also find it on our website, WayTooBroad.com, for anything you want. also including our phone number. You can, I'll also tweet about it, at putting the ask out for voicemails again, when this episode airs. So that will be on Twitter at TOBroadPod, TOO Broadpod. And then also we are on Instagram at WayTooBroad. I posted up 2 videos a couple weeks ago. I posted up no videos this last week, and I probably won't this week either, but I post videos when I'm able to make them that have fun clips in them, and you would like it. And it's also a fun way if you're like trying to get your friend to understand our vibe. You can pull up our Instagram and there's already like 15 videos on there. That's probably an exaggeration, just to show like, you know, what kind of fun we are. And you could also email us at waytoobrod@gmail.com.
If you're wondering what kind of fun we are, we're this kind of fun.
We still have stickers if people want to leave us reviews and then email us that they left us the review anywhere on any platform. We'll send you a sticker.
We're even going to open it up. It doesn't have to be a podcast platform anymore. If you just like leave us a review on some random like Yelp, restaurant's Yelp, we'll take it. Just send us a link of the review. And like seriously, if you're like your favorite Chinese food, if you want to leave a review of our podcast on their Yelp, send us a screenshot. We'll send you a fucking sticker. Oh, like we're opening up the floor.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that blog post does count. So if
hell yeah,
Eamon, if you'd like to like or message me your address, and maybe also Zeb's, I will send you guys stickers.
I also really enjoyed how Eamon spent a good portion of the intro of the blog post just really asserting that he was not sure where I lived. I do live in Durham, North Carolina. That is up to date. But thank you for not assuming. Like, it's like, I just really don't know where she lives. She says so. It says it on her Twitter profile and her website, but that might not be up to date. I don't want to presume. Like, I just like really want to state I don't know where she lives. Thank you, but I do live in Durham, North Carolina.
Yeah.
That was just particularly funny because it didn't have anything to do with like the content of the blog post, but it was a sweet, like, yeah. Let's not make assumptions about one another.
It's nice. It was very nice. It was a great post.
Good point. Yeah, it was great. Thank you. There's another shout out to that.
Yeah. Okay, so then that's it. So the new podcast candle smells really good, by the way, is now extinguished.
The new podcast candle smells really good. Extinguished.